Hello again, it's Jason Godbey from No Rest for the Weekend, and we're back in the studio with my main man, Yasin Lago.
Hello, folks.
And this is going to be part 2 of our summer movie preview. If you watched part 1, you know how it works, but just in case you didn't, I'm going to read some descriptions from IMDb of summer movies that are coming up this summer, and we're going to tell you if we want to see it, as in see it in the theater, stream it, as in wait for it to come on streaming, or skip it altogether. We last left off with Supergirl. That was coming out in June 26th. Now we're into July. This is another, like we talked about Toy Story 5. This one on July 1st, Minions and Monsters. This is another Minions movie. The Minions go on a journey to find frightening creatures to appear in their monster movie. So the Minions are making a monster movie with a real monster. They're going to go capture a kaiju.
Yeah.
I saw the first Despicable Me movie, and that's where my Minions ended. I have not seen any of the sequels of Despicables, and I have not seen any of the Minions movies. But like we said about Toy Story, I personally think this is going to be a critic-proof.
Right.
This is going to make like $1 gajillion.
Right. Am I mistaken when they say monsters? They're not referring to like the Billy Crystal.
The monster. No, those are two different. Those are different IP.
That's a whole.
That's Pixar. This is like DreamWorks or something.
The money grab. The money, just both ends, just grabbing the monies.
That's a great synergy, but
it's a Sony Marvel situation. I listen. I'm putting it out there. You know, you guys.
But I think this is. I want to say that Despicable is like a DreamWorks or something like. It's a different company altogether.
Absolutely, yeah. And definitely their own franchise.
The Minions have their own thing.
They absolutely do not need.
They're on every meme, and they're all over the place. Like I said, people are probably going to go see this. I don't care. What about you?
No. But I do know. Parents with children who are Minions fans. Frankly, they've been around so long, I know a few parents who have grown children, I think, at this point, who will probably still go see this one, whether or not they have children themselves.
I think that it's you love it if you love it kind of property.
Yes.
Like I said, I don't care.
It's little characters literally speaking in gibberish.
July 1st is going to be a huge weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to make all the monies, I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think that. Especially in the summer, the kids have off from school.
Right.
So, and there's not a lot of kid flicks out there,
Not really. There's some of them that seem like they're pointed in the direction of children, like Toy Story. Those ones are, but they're much more geared toward the nostalgia of an older audience.
Right.
This one, I wonder about that too, because at this point they've been it's been around so long. How old is the Minions audience, and do they need a further installment in the saga of the Minions? I don't know. Yeah. With that said, will it make $1 million? It will make more than that.
So next up on July 10th, we have another one of these Disney live-action remakes, Moana. It's a live-action adaptation of the 2016 Disney animated film. This one stars Catherine Leonga, Dwayne Johnson, Rena Owen, John Tui, and Frankie Adams. Now, I am not a Moana fan. I have never seen Moana, but the Disney live-action movies have been basically printing money. And until they stop doing that, we're going to get every animated movie redone in live action.
That's the funny thing, in that I believe Snow White, which did okay, didn't do the numbers that you would that I would imagine Disney expected or people expected.
It was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from the Uncanny Valley, I think was the full title of that.
Had they had done that one, that would have been interesting. It still can. You can go right ahead and do it. And frankly, all of these movies are serviceable to folks who are not fans of this stuff. there is an audience instantly when you say there is a live action Disney movie of this.
They've all made money. I think
they've made money in some sort of way, whether or not it was like estimated blockbuster. They've all made more money than maybe they even deserve. This one seems very soon. A lot of the other movies that are remade are old,
like 10 years.
Disney. But yeah, I would guess even Beauty and the Beast wasn't that far away from
The Lion King, which they made a remake. They called it live action. It wasn't. It was just computer animated.
Right.
But that was 30 years, 25 years.
Yeah.
After. This is like 10 years ago.
Right. You know what? I'm not going to discount the audience because I'm not sure who's coming out.
Yeah.
For who needs it live action. It's representation.
Sure.
There is that. And if you're going to make live action movies of all these other ones, why not?
Why not?
My question, I think, is Dwayne Johnson.
He's the voice in the first one.
He's the voice in the first one, which has never been an argument for any of the other movies. See the fact we never even thought of a way to try and get Elton John in the Lion King.
Yeah.
Then why would we have to have Dwayne Johnson, who does do the voice, but looks and has the just the feeling of the exact opposite of the character?
Well, he's in it, like, if you've seen the trailers or any of the behind the scenes, he's in this sort of weird bodysuit that's probably going to be augmented somehow with CGI. To me, it looks just strange, and I don't understand. Like, Johnson is huge anyway. Like, he's just a monster of a human being.
But clearly, the character is a
Dwayne Johnson's part Samoan, I think.
Right. But there are two kinds of Samoans. There are ones that are built like The Rock, and there are ones that are built like the character in Moana.
Sure.
He is the other side. If you know what I mean. You know what? I grew up with the Booyah Tribe.
Okay.
It's an old rap group, a Samoan family. They're great. You know where they are. You know what I mean. Booyah Tribe. Shout out to you guys. And they too, you could tell who is who based on the body type. Could they find an actor that could sing, that could act, that could be the character, rather than
taking Dwayne Johnson and making him look like that guy
and forcing a character that he just it's not going to be authentic. It's not going to feel right. And there's a lot of folks that's going to come out of it going, you could have casted this guy, that guy. There's a couple of guys that necessarily wouldn't be considered box office drawers. With that said, I don't know how Dwayne Johnson is considered a box office draw. Okay, yes, there is an that statement should be arguably he is a box office draw.
Yeah.
There are some movies that you came to the box office and then went back to the box office and wanted to know if you can get money back. There's a couple of them. There's a few of them. He's not guaranteed, and they keep selling you.
But
that
the
he's
thing
guaranteed.
is, they're selling the IP though. Like Moana is going to sell it because it's Moana.
That's what's going to sell. Unfortunately, I think they could have had a really good movie.
Yeah.
They could have had a spot-on movie if Dwayne Johnson was not casted.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to. I'm not going to see this movie.
That's the extent of my interest. Is that argument right there? After that, good luck. Enjoy the movie for folks who are also.
For you Disney heads out there though,
you've got something to see.
All right, so the next movie, so Moana is going to be July 10th. The following weekend, July 17th, is the new one from Christopher Nolan, Odyssey. If you went to school at a certain time, you had to read this book. It's based on the epic poem by Homer. After the Trojan War, Odysseus faces a dangerous voyage back to Ithaca, meeting creatures like the Cyclops, the Sirens, Circe, etc. And we got Matt Damon, we got Zendaya, we got Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Mia Goth, Charlize Theron, John Bernal,
all-star
Robert
cast.
Pattinson. We got a huge starting lineup here.
An all-star cast.
Not one of them Greek.
No,
Not one Greek amongst them, but it's fine.
No.
It's fine. $250 million budget.
Yes.
$250 million they spent on this
Right.
movie, which means if they don't make $1 billion back on this movie, it's going to take a huge loss
Yes.
on something for many people is a history lesson they wanted to forget back in the 9th grade when everybody had to read this thing.
Right.
So, yes, epic. I'm not a swords and sandals person. I just don't get those movies.
Right.
They're fine. Like, I remember when Troy came out with Brad Pitt, and they're fine. But I'm not like, yes, I got it. Like, even Gladiator, which won Best Picture.
Yes.
Fine, but I wasn't like running to the cinema to see that.
Right.
See it, stream it, or skip it. I don't know.
I'll say this because there are
It's
other.
going to be a big spectacle.
It's a huge spectacle.
We're talking IMAX all the way, biggest screen you can find.
You have to do the research to find out what he's employing in this movie that will be critical watching for filmmakers around the world.
The Nolan-ness of it does make it more viable to me.
And
I just don't know if the story is something people are going to want to go see.
The story, I think we're looking at it from I think a certain mythological or a historical standpoint rather than the mythological part of it.
Right.
And I think if you're a fan more of Lord of the Rings.
Well, the thing is, in the previews that I've seen so far, in the trailers, I haven't seen the Cyclops. I haven't seen any of the monsters yet.
No, and when I tell you that Nolan's special effects team will be nominated for everything that you can nominate a special effect for, what they're planning on doing, without spoiling anything, is making the Cyclops, the giants, the monsters, all practical effects.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm more curious to see it for the filmmaking.
Yes.
Than I am the actual.
And some people will say, "Well, what do you mean?" Go online, go on Instagram, and look up parades in Europe. Look up those great big, almost like they seem like they're
those like giant puppet things.
Giant puppet things. Think of like the Thanksgiving Day parade in New York times 1,000, and what they're able to do now with these giant apparatuses, these effects.
I mean, I was a fan.
He's got a few of these guys that do this professionally to do this movie.
I mean, I was a fan of like Ray Harryhausen pictures.
Yes,
but more as like a pastiche or a novelty thing.
This is Nolan taking the idea of Ray Harryhausen.
The guy's going to flip a giant semi impractically.
Right.
That guy.
Right. He's the guy that. What if Ray Harryhausen had the ability to make a model of a gorilla the size, the actual size of the
make
whatever
the real King Kong.
The actual King Kong, actual dinosaur, and then have that model move in real time on set with the actors. Tennis balls be damned. They will be acting in front of and with giant versions of these characters.
Now I'm more curious. Now I will say to whatever PR team is handling this, if you can get us a press screening,
definitely some press screening. Get some side shots of some big puppet hands.
I want to see the creatures. Yeah. All right. We got to move on. But
let's do it. Yeah.
Now I'm more curious.
It's going to be interesting.
The real question is the audience going to go? Is there going to be an audience for this?
When they get to see more, they will see a reason why they should come out. If you came out for Oppenheimer, you're going to come out for the Odyssey.
All right.
Trust me.
All right. So next, getting deeper into July 24th. Evil Dead Burn. This is another in the Evil Dead saga, I think.
Right. Yes. This is not necessarily a sequel, but the follow-up to Evil Dead Rise.
Okay. So I didn't see Evil Dead. I mean, I haven't seen I haven't seen an Evil Dead movie since Evil Dead 2, maybe, or
yes,
or maybe Armies of Darkness.
I was going to say two of the funniest horror movies you will ever see. I think Evil Dead 2 sets a standard for horror
Every
comedy.
filmmaker has seen Evil Dead 2. It's just a classic.
It needs to be watched. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it, even if you're not a horror fan.
I saw the preview for this. I watched. They just had like a scene, and it looked really scary.
Right.
Yes. I mean, this is not the movie for me. I'm not the horror guy. You are the horror guy.
The last 2 Evil Deads that they have remade have been really good. They have been very good.
Did you see Evil Dead Rise, too?
I have seen Evil Dead Rise, which takes place in a South American apartment, I believe it was originally.
Do you want to see? Do you think you're going to go see Evil Dead Burn?
I believe I'm going to see Evil Dead Burn.
Do you think horror fans are going to go see Evil Dead Burn?
I believe horror fans will go see Evil Dead Burn.
I think so too.
I think we're ready just from the last one. Just to see whether or not it keeps up the standard of just horrible, terrible wonderfulness.
All right, next up at the end of July 31st, we got another big movie. This is Marvel's big punch, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah.
Forgotten Peter Parker lives alone as a full-time Spider-Man until mounting pressure triggers a dangerous change and a powerful new enemy emerges. Now, this is saying the log line is very vague. There's a lot into this movie, and we believe we're going to see a lot in this movie from the trailer. Punisher is in this movie.
Yes.
I think we're going to see Daredevil in this movie.
Well, see, now that's the thing. There's a lot of rumors going around.
Yeah.
So far from the trailer, what we're pretty sure is
we've seen Frank Castle.
Punisher will be in it. The Tarantula, if anybody knows Spider-Man villains, the Tarantula will be in it.
Right.
The Scorpion's
going to be in it. Which he was introduced at the end of, I think, the first Homecoming Spider-Man.
Yes.
He was in the end credits scene with Michael Keaton.
Right. He is. I forget. Excuse me if I forget the Scorpion's real name, but he's basically that character before he's. Basically put into this outfit.
Yeah, so
there's a bunch of other villains also named.
I think the Hand. We're going to see some more Hand in this.
There is the Hand. There is a shot of him
which
in
is
a
weird
prison.
Because
the Hand
in Marvel's Defenders,
right.
we saw the Hand defeated. So there's still some more Hand out
right.
there.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, the Hand is a very subversive.
It's like a ninja death cult kind of thing.
Very much so. So it's sort of like the other side of the coin of Hydra, and that Hydra is always having to be rerouted from out of the.
They're recyclable bad guys.
They're always and because frankly they're always sort of around. Once you think you've gotten all of them, there's 3 or 4 of them that kind of go out the back.
So that's what has led a lot of people to speculate that we're going to see Matthew Murdock in this one.
Yeah, also because he made an appearance in the last Spider-Man movie as Matt Murdock.
Right.
As Spider-Man, as Peter Parker's lawyer.
Yeah. Now, I remember when I was a kid, one of the coolest things that I ever saw, I was reading a Spider-Man comic, and Spider-Man needed a lawyer,
right?
And he went to Matthew Murdock, and there was a flash of Matthew Murdock, but little did he know, Matthew Murdock was on the rooftops of Hell's Kitchen and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever, and I still kind of feel that way.
Oh yeah,
when I see this stuff.
I was a huge fan of Marvel 2-in-1, which sometimes would have
the team ups. And
stuff. Ben Grimm teaming up with Howard the Duck, and you never knew what you got with every issue. That's very much a Marvel thing. I think there's a lot of fans who have always speculated that because these people run in the same city, that they should definitely come across each other much more.
That was kind of the Marvel thing too. Is like they all live in New York, so they're all in a real place, and they're just in like
they're trying to spread that out.
Peter Parker's in Queens, Matthew Murdock's in Hell's Kitchen,
right? Captain America comes from Brooklyn.
Yeah. So, dude, the stuff that they've done in that, like in the Avenger film, where. Like in Civil War and then in Endgame, when you have Captain America interfacing with Spider-Man, and he's like, "Hey, Queens," or
"Hey, kid, where are you from?"
Where are you
from?
From Queens. Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
I mean, every New Yorker was like, we all went nuts when we heard that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm looking, I like Tom Holland as Peter Parker. I think he's great. I think the whole thing with him having been Doctor Stranged out of everyone's memory is kind of weird.
Yes.
Oh, we also get Bruce Banner in this one. I don't know if we're going to see the Hulk, but he's in Bruce Banner mode.
Yes. There's a lot. There's been a lot of talk that you will probably.
So this
see,
is going to be like a little mini lead up to the next Avenger thing as well.
Which is Doomsday. It would seem that there's no way to avoid it, and yet everyone is kind of just doing their sort of thing. The storyline will inevitably lead into this Doomsday somehow.
Right. People, I mean, again, critic proof. Everybody's going to go see this. It's
Yeah.
going to make $1 gajillion.
Yeah. Well, it's Spider-Man. There's a few things that you can always bet on: the sunrise, tides, and Batman and Spider-Man.
Batman and Spider-Man, yeah.
making money. Yeah.
All right, man. So we're going to move on to the next one. I saw the trailer for this.
Yes.
And it's really weird.
Yes.
So
I want to say this is J.J. Abrams.
I think it's he produced it. I don't think he directed it.
Oh, okay.
But it's on August 14th. It's called The End of Oak Street. The Platt family bands together to navigate their surroundings after a cosmic event transports their suburban neighborhood to someplace unknown. Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway are the parents. They've got, I think, a couple of kids. It's just a teaser at this point that we've seen it. It looks super strange. It's like sort of a weird science fiction-y fantasy kind of thing.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it's very
kind of concept where instead of someone's house being transported to another place, the entire neighborhood.
Yeah, their entire street.
The entire street is, from what I understand, transported to a prehistoric.
Yes, I saw a
of-
dinosaur in there,
Yeah.
so it's got a very sort of like a Land of the Lost, or like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the tone seems very serious. Like it seems like it's they're taking this seriously, and it's almost like a horror movie in that way.
I was waiting for from M. Night Shyamalan. I was waiting for that credit to pop up because it feels very much like one of his setups. I'm not sure who exactly. I think he might be a new filmmaker really behind it. But I remember seeing J.J. Abrams' name coming up, and I haven't seen his name in a while, really. Yeah. He's been very, very, very much behind the scenes.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I don't know who the hell's gonna go see this thing.
It needs to be promoted as something that you want to come to the theater, and there's a reason to come to the theater.
Yeah, well,
and
we're going to need to see more of it.
Yeah.
So far, at this point, we've just seen a teaser, so
yeah.
My jury is still out as far as the see it, stream it, or skip it.
And Anne Hathaway right now is hot. She is.
She's coming off of the.
She's got a few movies. She's got
Devil Wears Prada 2.
She's got Mother Mary, which is a whole other. Weird. Kind of Taylor Swift possession movie kind of thing. She's got another one coming out with Dakota Johnson, a thriller, maybe a supernatural thriller. She's really she's out there doing it.
There's one more that we can touch on briefly here. August 21st, another in the Insidious franchise. I'm not really sure how many Insidii there are at this point, but it's Insidious Out of the Further.
Out of the Further.
Gemma, a young mother raising her daughter in a house she grew up in, discovers that she can travel into the Further, where she possesses an ability to bring what lives there back to the real world. That sounds more like a fantasy movie. These Insidious movies are horror movies. I've never seen any of them.
This one, unfortunately, it kind of comes out the same time Stranger Things is done. And it kind of plays on the idea that there's a dimension that these supernatural beings live in, and come into our world left and right, and this is one of those situations where now that world is coming into ours.
Are you a fan of the Insidious franchise?
The franchise. That's tough to say. I want to say this might be the 6th movie.
Wow!
Just that quickly.
Wow.
The first one for me is like, yes. I want to say one of the best horror movies, maybe last 20 years, something. Not on a list. I would say, top 10. Insidious is definitely one of the best. The first one. The other ones are sort of more of the same. If you
rinse and repeat.
You want some sort of expansion on this story that frankly is probably better, less explained, then here's some more stuff. And so we've gone further and further, expanded on some characters within the series. Will I go to see this? Yes. I think, will a lot of folks go to see it? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how much.
How much cachet this franchise
Yeah,
has. At
how
this point.
tired are how's audience for Insidious?
I mean-
and whether or not I saw the trailer. The trailer has some genuine scares in it.
Okay.
But will it be worth going to the theater to see it? That is another tough call.
Yeah, it's a question about a lot of these movies is like, yeah, we might go see them because, this is what we do.
Right.
But, yeah, is the public at large going to go?
public, yeah.
Big question mark. All right, so I got to wrap up, but thanks again for doing this. I appreciate it. And we're going to see as many of these things as we can and review them for you. But that is all we got for you today. Thank you once again for taking this trip down the rabbit hole. For more content, including our movie reviews, you can find them on norestfortheweekendpodcast.com. You can find the videos right here on YouTube, youtube.com/getbehindtherabbit. And for even more content and bonus content, you can find that on btrpmedia.com. For Yasin, Lago, and the BTRP Media Network, I'm Jason Godbey. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
This is the BTRP Media Network.